Jimin BTS successfully sent shockwaves through preparations for the World Tour concert at AT&T Stadium in Texas after reportedly being spotted choosing a highly futuristic pale greenish-white shade for his new hairstyle, which was handled directly by a local female hairstylist who turned out to be one of his biggest fans. The emotional yet awkward moment that gradually turned warm inside the private dressing room has now become the most anticipated secret, as thousands of ARMY around the world eagerly await the moment Jimin steps onto the stage to showcase a visual masterpiece that is being touted as one of the most iconic looks in the history of their tour. Welcome to Jimin Gallery, the home for Park Jimin fans who want to discover all the latest news, interesting facts, and stories behind the world's spotlight on Jimin. Arlington, Texas. The atmosphere ahead of the upcoming World Tour concert at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, was suddenly stirred by a hot topic that has captured the attention of ARMY around the world. The issue centers on the physical preparations of the BTS members, particularly global icon Jimin BTS, who is reportedly preparing a major surprise involving his secret hairstyle. News of the appearance change first emerged through whispers from insiders close to the tour production team in Texas. According to them, Jimin deliberately kept the details of his styling under wraps so that fans attending the stadium would receive a truly fresh and unforgettable visual experience. These intensive backstage preparations have become an essential routine for BTS members before taking on a massive stadium stage like AT&T Stadium. Every small detail, from makeup to hairstyle, is carefully designed to maximize their energy and create the perfect stage aesthetic. Amid rehearsals and technical stage checks, the crew's attention was instead drawn to Jimin's bold decision regarding his hair color. Rather than maintaining the dark or natural shades he has often worn on previous occasions, the singer of Like Crazy was reportedly opting for an extremely unusual color palette. Based on information leaked by a trusted source within the styling circle, Jimin was reportedly set to appear with pale greenish-white hair ahead of the concert preparations in Arlington. The unique color choice immediately sparked wild speculation among fans about what kind of visual concept he would bring to the stage. The main reason behind choosing this pale greenish-white shade was reportedly quite personal and highlighted Jimin's creativity as a true artist. According to the reports, Jimin wanted to look different from his usual style, stepping outside the visual comfort zone that has long been associated with him in order to create a fresher and more futuristic impression. This drastic transformation is believed to become one of the most iconic moments of their concert tour across the United States this year. The pale greenish-white shade is expected to reflect the lighting inside AT&T Stadium dramatically, creating a stunning visual silhouette that can be admired from every section of the stadium. However, what makes the story behind the backstage hairstyling even more intriguing is the person entrusted with the scissors and hair dye. Jimin reportedly specifically chose a talented female hairstylist from Texas who is known for having an outstanding reputation in the professional hairstyling industry. The female hairstylist was not merely an ordinary professional in her field. She was also known as a devoted admirer of Jimin's work and charisma. News of her involvement, especially the fact that she greatly admired the global star, immediately became a hot topic among production staff. Interestingly, Jimin himself was reportedly fully aware that the woman standing in front of him with a complete set of styling tools was one of his biggest fans. Rather than making the situation uncomfortable, this awareness created a warmer and more relaxed atmosphere inside the dressing room, filled with smiles despite the intense rehearsal schedule. Although he was aware of the hairstylist's admiration for him, Jimin continued to demonstrate a high level of professionalism as a global star who respects the artistic expertise of others. He allowed the hairstylist to pour her creativity and dedication into his hair without excessive interference or restrictions. Inside the private backstage room at AT&T Stadium, carefully sealed off from outside cameras and attention, the transformation slowly but steadily took place. The soft sound of scissors moving through strand after strand of Jimin's hair became the background soundtrack accompanying the final moments before his first appearance in the city. The female hairstylist was reportedly extremely nervous when she first brought her styling tools close to the global star's head. Her hands trembled slightly as she realized that she was working on one of the most valuable visual assets in the global entertainment industry, and on someone she personally admired so deeply. Seeing the woman's nervousness, Jimin took the initiative to ease the atmosphere with a friendly smile and a few reassuring words. His humble and empathetic attitude successfully broke through the awkwardness, allowing the hairstylist to regain her focus and confidence as she continued with her work. The hair coloring process became the most crucial stage of the backstage preparations inside the magnificent stadium. A special formula was carefully prepared to ensure that the desired pale greenish-white tone would emerge perfectly without compromising the health of Jimin's hair, which frequently undergoes chemical styling. Each layer of color was applied with an exceptionally high level of precision, considering that BTS's visual standards have always been held to the highest level of perfection. The dressing room was filled with the distinctive scent of premium hair care products, blending with the anticipation and tension of the crew members watching the process from the corners of the room. Outside the room where Jimin was being styled, other staff members were busy preparing the stage costumes that would be coordinated with his new hair color. The choice of pale greenish white surprisingly required adjustments to several accessories and pieces of clothing he would wear in order to create a visually pleasing sense of harmony. Jimin himself was seen glancing several times toward the large mirror in front of him, observing the changes taking place in his appearance. His expression reflected satisfaction and great excitement, as if confirming that taking the risk with this new color had been the right decision. For now, management and the agency were still maintaining strict secrecy to ensure that the surprise surrounding his new appearance would not be fully revealed to the public before the right moment. All photo and video documentation of the hairstyling process was being carefully secured so that not a single raw image could make its way onto the internet. The main focus of all activities at AT&T Stadium remained centered on technical preparations, stage adjustments, and finalizing the choreography. All of the BTS members appeared to be pouring their energy and concentration into ensuring that their performance in front of tens of thousands of ARMY would go flawlessly. With information about Jimin's pale greenish-white hairstyle and the story behind the scenes with the female hairstylist, who admired him now beginning to circulate, public anticipation had reached an all-time high. Fans around the world were now simply counting down the hours, waiting for the moment Jimin would step out and unveil his latest visual masterpiece beneath the Texas sky. Now, the clock in the main dressing room at AT&T Stadium continued ticking toward the final stage of the exhausting yet enjoyable styling process. The female hairstylist carefully completed the finishing touches on each strand of Jimin's hair, making sure every pale greenish-white strand fell with captivating artistic precision. The final result truly exceeded the initial expectations of everyone inside the private room. The pale greenish-white hue glowing softly beneath the room's lighting gave Jimin a mysterious yet futuristic aura that he had never displayed during his previous promotional eras. Jimin once again looked at his reflection in the large mirror, wearing a subtle smile that conveyed an immense sense of confidence. The radical visual transformation not only made him look significantly fresher, but also radiated a powerful stage presence that seemed ready to command the massive stadium. The female hairstylist standing beside the styling chair could barely hide her deep admiration and relief. The slight perspiration that had covered her forehead during the process was now replaced by an expression of satisfaction as she looked at the masterpiece she had created on her idol's head. Jimin, demonstrating the social sensitivity he has always shown, then turned toward the hairstylist and offered his sincere thanks. He praised her skilled work, saying that she had understood his features and facial structure remarkably well. The warm compliment coming directly from Jimin immediately caused the hairstylist to blush shyly, making her feel that all her hard work had truly paid off. The warm atmosphere inside the backstage room suddenly became deeply emotional, capturing a human moment behind the glittering world of the global entertainment industry, which often moves at an incredibly fast and rigid pace. Meanwhile, the tour production crew outside the room began preparing to give instructions regarding the scheduled transition toward the main stage area. Although time continued moving toward the next crucial moments, the atmosphere surrounding the team remained calm, supported by the positive energy that had just been created inside Jimin's dressing room. Now, the stars' visual preparations had been completed in full, with not a single detail overlooked in their grand plan in Texas. The big secret surrounding the pale greenish-white hair was now safely concealed, waiting for the most thrilling moment when every eye inside AT&T Stadium would be fixed on Jimin. Outside the room where Jimin was being styled, other staff members were busy preparing the stage costumes that would be coordinated with his new hair color. The choice of pale greenish-white surprisingly required adjustments to several accessories and pieces of clothing he would wear in order to create a visually pleasing sense of harmony. Jimin himself was seen glancing several times toward the large mirror in front of him, observing the changes taking place in his appearance. His expression reflected satisfaction and great excitement, as if confirming that taking the risk with this new color had been the right decision. For now, management and the agency were still maintaining strict secrecy to ensure that the surprise surrounding his new appearance would not be fully revealed to the public before the right moment. All photo and video documentation of the hairstyling process was being carefully secured so that not a single raw image could make its way onto the internet. The main focus of all activities at AT&T Stadium remained centered on technical preparations, stage adjustments, and finalizing the choreography. All of the BTS